Backstage twerking to our open ends. This ain't just some summer song. This that drop your panties bomb. This that late night porn strong. Talk your shit and tag along. I see the crew posted up, shirts off, peers up, talking louder than your ex. Wish you fuck shit up. Too raw, too deep. We don't sleep, we eat. Hotter than a bikini when you're 13. Now we out here living that goddamn dream. We don't ball, even dumbest. Thought we'd in the mall, listed body cause I'm laying good. This that hell yeah, let's go. We ain't taking summers off. We melt ice with what we drop. Sipping bourbon, talking reckless. Still the hottest in the spot. We them boys with the flame. Say our name, say it vain. Then we cook your whole brand like a steak in propane. Still wild, still a leak. Still them boys with the heat. Hotter than your first crush pics on the beach when you were 13. Now we filthy rich with the reach.
Welcome back, Charles. I still love that it says boys with the heat. With the heat. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Welcome back. Welcome back. How's she going?
Good. You got a few new toys back there.
Yeah. We look forward. Dude, I hella look forward to talking about it on Tuesday's episode. Oh man, that draft was amazing. It was so amazing. I'm here to tell you right now that I've already talked with the father-in-law, and we will be heading to Pittsburgh for next year's draft. So we'll be staying at Grandma Jan's.
Well, you enjoy that.
I'm pretty excited about it, man. We'll see. It might end up becoming like a thing. I don't know.
The fact that there's so many people like that were there, like that were super fans, was pretty cool. I like that part of it.
Unbelievably awesome. Yeah.
Speaking of super fans, we were just talking about this at dinner. Mandy, she always says that you bring up about the culture. Like, we're not cultured about in America about the food. And then she made Chinese tonight. And she just threw some extra shit in it. And she's, oh man, I should have knew the way that it smelled just wasn't a good combination. And
that's how you learn.
But that's what she says all the time. She goes, that shit, the videos that you send me about the cooking the food and with their hands, I can't do it. Like we said that this is probably just a no for us because I see the people making food with their hands. And I know this is a culture thing because in other cultures around the world, people just eat with their hands. Dude, bread's considered a spoon.
Yeah, but what you don't see on those videos, dude, and on hand to God, I can attest to this.
Soap.
Yes, but it's because before you walk into those places to eat or anything at all, like there's literally somebody there with a bowl, soap, water, and a towel. And you can't go in until your fucking hands are clean. Period. Now, I'm sure you can find some videos, the street food videos and shit like that. But I've actually been...
restaurants. Yeah, restaurants.
I've been following this Iraqi dude. He's funny. He just goes to places and says things in black and white, right?
I mean,
if you're gay, you come out here, you can have a gay good time. Yeah, gay good time out here. Look at all these buildings.
Gay good time, all right.
And then his very next video, dude, is, oh yeah, look, this is the side between Iraq and Iran. Look they show you the list. Look at bombs. They show you what not to do with bombs. Don't fight with a bomb. And there's signs and shit, just like retarded ass, like America and shit. It's so funny. But anyways,
it's like the Mexican restaurant that I remember going into, and I don't remember where the fuck. It might have been Minneapolis. We were there, and it had a toilet. It had an exploded toilet, and it says, "Don't do this." So blew up the toilet. I was like, "Yeah, I get it."
But who those people were, and when I say those people, I mean in the world, right? Because growing up, you heard a lot of crazy shit about places you shouldn't go, and if you do go, like only stay on this street. I'm sure there's fucking places to go that you shouldn't go, but
yeah, everywhere, even in here, around here, there's probably places you shouldn't.
Because I've been talking the wife into, I think we're eventually here in the next handful of years, I want to go check out Dubai. Right? I want to go see the city. I want to go see what it's like. From everything I've seen
by that time, there's gonna be futuristic bullshit there.
Exactly, right? But she's got a thing with planes, and you've got all these crashes happening.
That's a hell of a plane ride right there. I don't know.
It's not that bad. What's a plane ride? Fairbanks, Alaska to fucking Italy. That's a plane ride, okay? Appleton to New York, New York to Dubai. It's like 13 hours. You just...
but you think about it, there's nothing to fucking do on most
of
them.
There is. There's a lot to do.
Look at people and make fun of them when they pick their fucking nose and burp and fart. And
listen to me right now. This is what you do.
what do you do on an airplane? You can't count the fucking birds going by. What are you gonna do?
No, this is what you do.
I'm waiting for it.
Hand to God, and it works every time.
Sleep.
You go into the fucking concession places before you get on the plane.
Yeah, you spend
and you buy as much as those fucking NyQuil pills as you can get.
Oh, you're drugging yourself.
You buy as many of those fucking NyQuil pills as you can get.
I'm telling you right now, you just freaking hit the old Benjamin before you go on there and you go night.
You can't do that on a plane.
No, you can do it before you get on the plane.
Yeah,
you got the smoking places on there. I used to work with people that literally almost missed plane rides when we would go to these like Parkers, and they would miss plane rides because they'd smoke cigarettes and they'd have to go out of the airport to smoke. And I'm like, how the fuck are you getting back in? Oh, they let us in. I go, what if that fucking dude's not there to let you back in? What if he says it's pee-pee potty time and I got to go take a dump? And he just disappears because somebody has to let you in, let you out. You're fucked. You have to go through TSA all over again.
Or, hear me out, you buy as many as those NyQuil pills as you can fucking get. Okay,
you buy as many as you can get. You can get sleepy pills. You can bring your own medication, can't you?
Fuck that. Listen to me. Fuck. Don't be doing any of that, because you're gonna get yourself with a finger up the butthole at TSA. There's no point in risking the finger up the butthole.
Finger in the butthole. It's like a fucking pit bull when he's latched
there's no risk. There's no chance of risking. So when you get to the fucking airport, you buy the NyQuil pills, and then you take 2.
Yeah.
And that makes you drowsy. You watch a movie, and then you fall asleep. You wake up. You take 4. You fall right back asleep because you're still drowsy. And then you wake up, see where you're at, pop a couple more if you need to. It works.
2 does it for me. I'm good. I'm good with 2. 2, I can sleep about 8 hours. So 4 might make me comatose. I don't know.
I take 6-7 hour naps.
Yeah, I know you're good with the naps. Yeah. You piece out the naps. I love it.
Bro, there are times where it's 10:30 and I'm like, you know what? It's been a good day.
It's time for a nap.
And
you know what time it is? It's time for a fucking nap.
It's been a good fucking day. How long have you been up? A couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doctors are like, I'm happy.
What was that one movie where it's like, you got to take 6 shits a day? It's healthy to take 6 shits a day. Who the fuck told you that? It's just a thing, man. Yeah, it sounds like an urban legend to me. It's like, no, it's like, doctor told you to. What doctor?
So we've got an interesting Monday Funday for y'all today. So with the unlocking of many CIA files, it's led us to...
I got one for you first, if you wanna hit this one first.
No, we will, actually. I'm setting the bar for future episodes. So obviously we're not going to sit on here and head to the CIA.gov website and read things with you and find out that they spent a whole lot of time finding out if a butterfly can bring anthrax to a specific location. We're not going to waste your guys' time with that. But every once in a while, there is going to be an effing cool-ass story that pops out. And when it does, we're here to share it with you because it's on the internet, which means if it's on the internet, we're allowed to share it with you. That's the bottom line. And Patrick found a fantastic fucking story. And it's so cool because if you watch any of the Ancient Aliens, any of those episodes at all, if you're a huge fan of the Ancient Aliens, this will come right to the top of your mind. But there was a couple specific episodes where they talk about this specific incident that we're about to lay out for you. Hold on to your seats and hold on to your titties, people. Here we go. Our CIA.gov deep dive. Document 199 of 54 blank FBIS ... Russia International. Paper reports aligned evidence on mishap involving UFO. That's right, people. UFO. Kiev. Holos. Ukrainity. In Ukraine. 27 March 93 P5. Text. Take it away, Patrick.
All right, so the KGB, the Committee for State Security, the Soviet Union's main security agency from 1954 to 1991, they conduct investigations on this. They conducted strange paranormal phenomena, including UFOs, psychic phenomena, ancient artifacts, unexplained archaeological finds. Rumors are that back in 1993, in Ukraine they called these statues the stone babas, the stepes, ancient stone statues known as Polvestonian stone babas, humanoid stone sculptures made by nomadic Turkish people like the Cumans and Kipchaks between the 9th and 13th centuries.
Like
Now,
12, 13-foot statues.
Yes, 12, 13-foot statues. Now, this is just something that obviously has been around. They've seen these are something that were made by people throughout the years. There's mythical interpretations for these. The context of it, though, is this is something that happened during an incident, and it literally happened the way that Charles and I are explaining it to you right now. So the file contains documentary photographs, drawings, testimonies, actual participants in the event. Apparently what happened, there was a brilliant white light, spherical object up in the sky. The soldiers came out, were like, yo, bro, what the fuck is that up in the sky?
Yeah.
And they were like, whoa, brilliant, bright white. In a few seconds, the spheres grew bigger, larger, exploded, flaring up with an extremely bright light, lit up the whole fucking sky. 23 soldiers who had been watching the phenomenon turned into stone. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. So there was 2 people. The other 23 were just completely turned into stone. It goes on to say in the investigation that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred into the Soviet Secret Scientific Research Institution near Moscow. Obviously, the source of energy is unknown. They do not know what happened. So could you just imagine, we'll paint a picture here. You and I and 23 soldiers are out walking around, and all of a sudden you start seeing orbs. You're like, hey, dude, check this out. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's lights flashing around, flickering back and forth. And then all of a sudden, those lights, almost like a fusion bomb, mesh together. And then a bright light starts to rip open and woof, explosion. And then the 23 of your buddies are just freaking turned into freaking stone like the trolls. What the fuck is this?
That would be awesome.
It'd be pretty
I'm
fucking
not gonna
wicked.
lie. Listen.
You got to be like, what the hell, dude?
It would suck.
It would suck.
It would suck. But at the same time, I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Right?
they had
'Cause
to
I'm
be
not-
like, holy
listen.
shit.
Listen. I'm not dumb enough to stand in the light. Alright? Okay? So I'm not going to be one of them fuckers who's getting stoned, right? Because for one, everything in movies tells you the light only brings bad news. Okay? In A Bug's Life, don't look at the light. I can't help it. It's too beautiful.
Yep.
Dead. In every UFO movie, oh, what's this random light in the woods? This
Don't look at the
random
light.
spotlight. Let me walk underneath it. Zoop, you get sucked up. This story here, oh, cool. Look, it's like daytime at night. It's not supposed to be. That's unnatural. Why are you going out there? Boom, now everyone's fucking stoned. I'm not that guy.
Literally stoned. Not stone.
So let's
Literally
just throw this out there. I get it. Now, it's just
The worst part about it is
Fucking
that they
Russians.
apparently they tested the stone, and it was similar to limestone. Obviously, a softer, scratchable stone that you could test for hardness or whatnot. And apparently, they tested them, and the KGB ended up taking the stone figurines or whatever. Obviously, this happened in a different country. You're not going to be able to just go, "Hey, where's Pierre, fucking Gorbachev, and whatever the fuck else the guy's name would be from Peter, Petra, and Paul, and George, or whatever the hell German names, or not German, but Russian names there are." Yeah, pretty crazy list.
Yeah. So now the reason the UFOs did this, by the way, was because that thing I had mentioned to you all
Said
about
F
the
those
ancient
people.
aliens is that there was a Russian incident back in '93 that claimed they shot down a UFO. Now, after this report has been uncovered, the reasons why they claimed they had been shot down, and according to the KBG, a low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above the military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers. For unknown reasons, somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and hit the UFO. It fell to the earth not far away, and 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. Yeah, so basically they shot the fucking UFO down, and the UFO came out and was like, "Oh, all right."
We're playing this game.
Yeah,
That ain't a
and-
knife. That's a knife.
And that's universal. Yeah, exactly.
That's
And that's
universal. Fuck
There
you.
appears to be a universal governing law.
Yeah.
If we had to, and
Code for
it's,
fuck you up. Yeah.
it's pretty simple. It appears an eye for an eye. For a universe to be so complex, it's so funny. Humans are great. I love humans. And I say that like I've been something else. I don't know. Maybe.
Most of the time, we love each other.
But,
Everybody, ELE, everybody love everybody.
but like, only we would be dumb enough to think that the universe runs via a conquering system.
Oh yeah.
For something so complex and so beautiful and so massive to run, like there's got to be some universal like right and wrong type scenario, yin and yang, and like people don't just walk up to a planet and go, oh fucking sweet, let me kill it. Apparently there's not a lot of planets in the universe, so killing them isn't a good fucking idea. But anywho, leave it to the Russians to shoot down a fucking spaceship.
Wait, thanks Russia. Thanks for fucking it up for everybody. Fucking
Probably
pricks.
explains why we don't shoot them down more often now.
It probably explains why we don't have any listeners in Russia. You think?
To a substance whose
got 3 in China,
molecular
none in
composition
Russia.
is no different from that of limestone.
Yeah.
A CIA representative stated, if the KGB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked. End all. Redacted 23003.3, 27 March, redacted 30/159Z MAR. End of day. Approved for release May 2000. May 2000. So
I think
yeah,
a lot of things came out in 2000.
just it's fantastic. Some things you may have known about previously. If you're listening to this episode and you knew about it or want to know more, leave something in the comments and we'll do a little bit more digging. But otherwise, as of right now, this seems pretty simple. Fuck with me, fuck with you. You poke me in the eye, I turn you to stone. Like, straight up. Because you're not going to travel through space, per se, in something that's going to kill everyone if it gets hit by something. Come on.
Nah.
Come on.
Come on.
Arg.
Did you see the other one that I sent you about the U.S. scientists discovered never before seen quantum species in twisted material?
Go ahead, read that one aloud.
Quantum mechanics governs the world of fundamental particles. Variety of quantum phenomena that emerge due to collective behavior of particles like electrons bashing against each other, separating. Quantum computing simulates the same thing. If you were to basically say that's the future of computers, is quantum computing.
Yeah.
We're talking about computers that literally now it's the blink of an eye, but something about 100 times faster than that. And that's what everybody keeps saying that Elon and them are all working on with the mind fuck thing that they're dealing with. So anyway, the exotic quantum states are unusual, behaving differently from anything we know because they emerge under the controlled extreme conditions like low temperatures or high pressures. These are things where particles typically slow down or really speed up. Low temperatures, high temperatures, high pressure. The exotic quantum states remain theoretical, which means that they're stable, they're stationary, something that we can actually see with an electron microscope. The fragility of them is very delicate in the quantum world because they usually disappear or they go so fast that we can't even track them. Now they've observed them, several previously unseen quantum states in the two-dimensional material. These are materials joined together they can call the quantum zoo. So just think of it this way. They've been able to see two quantum electrons meeting together in the middle when in theory they're supposed to do this where they bounce off each other. They're talking about where they merge together like animals standing next to each other at the zoo. And it's just something that in science, theoretical science and quantum science, you just don't see. But now they've been able to basically simulate this. So it has hope for things like time travel, which we talked about before.
Yeah,
Obviously,
time travel
simulation
isn't a what
theory
if,
is
it's
one
a
of them
physics
too.
problem. Yeah. Cool.
Just cool. It's another step closer. I mean, obviously, it's a very small step, but it's a step closer in the right direction anyway.
Whatevs.
Yeah,
Whatevs.
right.
Listen, if I'm 93 years old, there's probably only one rule, right?
Yeah.
There's probably only one rule, and nobody understands the rule, but there's probably only one rule. You can't go back to see yourself.
I don't want to go back.
Unfortunately,
okay, let's talk about this. If you could, theoretically, we've never brought this up. We might have brought it up with Clint one time. One thing that you would just go back and tell yourself, or you would do, or change for yourself, it doesn't going to necessarily change time, but maybe it changes something for you so that a bad thing doesn't happen or something cool does happen that you're like, oh man, if I would have just done this, I could have met that guy or could have done this. What's one thing that you think of all the time that you're like, man, I wish I would have went back and did that? Things might have been different.
On that list specifically.
It's just that list specifically, yes.
Nothing. Everything I've done up until this point, and arguably, and I get what you're saying, it's not going to change time, but that moment changed who I was. It either made me stronger or made me focus better or something along the lines, because the feeling of not doing it superseded that of being afraid to do it. So arguably, for that specific list and that reason alone, I wouldn't fucking do anything. No, because past me has to keep walking that path so present me can be who he is today.
You want to know what's really funny? That they literally can't prove the butterfly effect actually even works.
Yeah.
Because if it did, and we have time traveled, so many things would have changed the way they look by now. Or like the Nike, they put it this way. Like, what's the most iconic like shoe? Nike, right? The swoosh. If somebody had gone back in time, and if you're saying that the ripple effect is so little, so minimal that it changes so many different things, that would be something that somebody would want to get rich off of. It's such a simple thing. It's just a design. It's just a shoe. It's just a fucking logo. They would have changed something like that. I'm not saying necessarily Nike, but Apple, Google. We don't have Google. We don't have Google. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't know.
We would know because we've been in existence for long enough that you would have seen some of these. Yeah, you would have seen it.
In theory, through all of this, if I went back and changed something, you wouldn't know I changed it. It would just be normal to you. Nothing would have ever, like, even if I show you a picture of it, it still wouldn't have, because then in theory, like, everything you did, that item was replaced with the item I switched it with. Only I would know that it happened.
No, if they go back and fuck with time, like they fuck with, I guess.
Let's say,
I'm talking about something. If they don't go back far enough, that wouldn't happen.
Right.
If it was far enough, or you have a memory of it.
But here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. Let's say I went back in time and stopped Hitler. Because I've thought about this.
That's one of the things that everybody talks about.
You would never know Hitler. And I came back, you would never know Hitler. Because Hitler never happened. So you would never know him. So you would never know that it was changed. I would know it was changed. I'm the one who did it. But you would never know because you didn't end up growing up hearing about Hitler because Hitler never happened. You wouldn't end up knowing about Auschwitz because Auschwitz never happened. You wouldn't think one day, hey, wait a minute, didn't somebody in Germany do? No, because it never happened. So you wouldn't be able to create the thought that never was there.
Maybe, but there's also, I'm talking about people, I'm not talking about going back and things that are before you were in existence. I'm talking about like present time things, like something you lived through. You have a memory of it. You can't erase the memory.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if it went back and changed,
you would remember that somebody came back and did that, though, because it happened in your lifetime.
Not necessarily.
I'm not saying that like you go and do something that nobody would know about. I'm saying, like, say we know that Microsoft was started, and what if the person's name changed? If you went back and like they added a fourth person, I'm just saying that person would be added to it.
In my opinion, it would be normal for you. The only people that would know that happened.
But the only way you know that, they haven't been able to prove that would happen. They're just telling you that would happen. That's where I'm saying there's never been any proof of it, that any of this stuff even exists, because
I know, but the
argument, the whole
laser
thing, going through the box.
But to me, this argument sounds like flat Earth and round Earth.
I'm not saying it's really an argument. It's
I'm not taking it as an argument. Probably that was a misworded.
It's just I saw a show the other day
Yeah.
And they brought up the laser experiment where they used the mirrors to shoot the laser, and they tried to shoot it through. They tried to shoot it through this little glass like prism, and the prism caught the laser and trapped it. And
Yeah.
everybody's that shouldn't happen. I go, that's just because that's how prisms work. Like light can't escape. It's got to go somewhere, but it keeps reflecting off.
We
and
learned
people
about
don't
that with the
understand.
blue ruby.
Yeah.
The ruby looks blue because the red light goes in, but it can't go out. And then I made the joke about red light being the reason why that ruby or jewel or something is the reason why everyone dies when they get it.
And then the new one is too that they're starting to think that black holes, you just go in and you come out the other side. They don't think that it rips time and rips space. They think that people literally could just go drive through, like in Star Trek where they go through.
Yeah.
You know,
let
and then
somebody
they come
else
out the
figure
other
that
side.
out.
I know. None of them are going to get close enough to us. We're ever going
I
to
don't care. Even if I could, again, I would let somebody else figure that out. You go through and come back.
You got to hang
And then
out
we'll
with the
talk.
Klingons on the other end.
If I look like this when you come back, all right.
I'm fine.
But if you've been gone 5 minutes and I waited here for 50 fucking years,
When is it going to come out that those women that went to space, that it was all just fake?
I'm still trying to figure out how
trying to
Blue
figure
Origin
out-
is getting away with making their spaceship look like a penis.
The dildo, the giant flying dildo. There was a thing where a guy said, there was a comment, a guy said, how many batteries did it take to fly that vibrator?
I'm just
It reminds you of a movie, right?
yeah.
Dr. Evil.
I don't. Yeah, that dude was just on Saturday. Canadians are so funny, bro.
Then there was a Sacha Baron Cohen where he was the legitimate leader of Iran or whatever, or some country, and he goes, it needs to be pointy. Got the tip.
Yeah. He's gonna be point. Actually, there's a funny story with old Elon about his spaceship. Arguably, it's worse. Arguably, it's worse to make it pointy. Yes, arguably, it's worse to make it pointy.
Yeah, because don't you go faster and you cut through space quicker? You need to slow it down a little bit.
No,
you need the ribbed.
A super advanced conversation. I'm not ready to have at this point, but I do.
Super advanced conversation.
From people who are way smarter than me have told me that having the spaceship rounded at the top is way more beneficial than having it pointed.
Well, it's got to be air displacement. It's got to have
Probably something to do with breaking the atmosphere, I'm guessing. Yeah. Again, we're still waiting on that Aerogel to show up. Maybe it doesn't.
Never did get a response back. We did get a thank you email from them. That's about it.
Yeah, whatever.
The
we'll
Aerogel
email
or
again.
whatever.
We'll email again every couple of months. Eventually, somebody is either going to be like, "Yo," or they're going to be like, "Okay."
What are these? All right, they're talking about rocket-shaped penises, and they're trying to send a rocket into space.
Dude, how cool would it be if we each got a little thing of Aerogel? Dude, I'm talking like just a couple, less than an inch.
Little squirt.
Little cube.
Yeah.
Come on, Neil. Hook us up, Neil. You got a whole ass cube of it, Neil.
It's probably expensive, eh? Oh, Neil deGrasse. Cube of it. He's hoarding all the Aerogel.
He's got like a good cube of it, bro.
Oh, damn.
We could, but good for him. Cool. Happy for him. I'll get some eventually. That's what I'm super excited about. Dude, I love the CIA days. But I have now been on CIA.gov for 33 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm feeling like they know I'm nothing but a dude sitting here on a podcast. I don't got to worry about you.
Dude, you can buy it on Amazon.
What?
Aerogel.
How much?
$28.99 for it looked like about a dime-sized chunk. So it's not super expensive.
No, I want the real shit. Oh, silica aerogel block. There it is. You can get it for $80 on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's.
Frozen smoke, blue smoke, the lightest solid in the world. NASA insulation material. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, $26.99 for a little. All right, dude, I'm getting a jar of it.
All right, we'll see if it's real. Maybe that's why they didn't reply.
It probably. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this is made by a fucking manufacturer that makes makeup and shit. That it's probably not real, but it's probably close to what it is, but it's not 100%.
We'll see. We'll get the fake shit first.
With the fake,
and then we'll
expensive
see.
Shit, yeah.
Because if I can't insulate spaceship with it, then it's not real.
Dude, at $26 for a little jar like this, how much would it cost to insulate like the walls of your fucking house? It probably costs $1 million just to do one room. Because that shit probably packs down.
Maybe. I'm looking at it now.
I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's inside of that
The
is
Kentucky Derby's in 5 days. We just need one horse to win one time.
yeah, we do. I'm gonna put my money on Chester's Chicken or whatever the hell that horse name is. I can't remember
Yeah.
what the horse name was. It's Chester to win or something. Chester's Chicken. I can't remember what it was.
The NFL draft took all of my money. I'm not allowed to bet on it this year.
Yeah, yeah, we can talk about that tomorrow.
We got anything else you wanted to add?
No, everybody get ready for tomorrow because I've got a hot take about the NFL draft that Charles and I went to.
I
And
love it,
boy,
I love
is it spicy.
Spoosy. For all of our listeners out there, far and wide, around the globe, as far as you can go without coming back. That's right, around the globe, as far as you can go without coming back. We love it when you come back. But you do hit a point where you start coming back. I've been there a couple of times, actually, in my lifetime. But for all the listeners in between, everyone who gives us small moments of their day, we can appreciate the spit out of you. And can't tell you how awesome it is that you've invited us into your lives. With that being said, I know that if you just keep being the best you, the world will be a better place.
We got a backstage twerking to our open ends. This ain't just some summer song. This that drop your panties bomb. This that late night porn strong. Talk your shit and tag along. I see the crew posted up, shirts off, ears up, talking louder than your ex. Wish you fuck shit up. Too raw, too deep. We don't sleep, we eat. Hotter than a bikini when you're 13. Now we out here living that goddamn dream. We don't ball, even dumbest. Thought it in the mall, it's the body custom lane gun. It's that hell yeah, let's go. We ain't taking summers off. We melt ice with what we drop. Sipping bourbon, talking reckless. Still the hottest in the spot. We them boys with the flame. Say our name, say it vain. Then we cook your whole brand like a steak in propane. Still wild, still elite, still them boys with the heat. Hotter than your first crush pics on the beach when you were 13. Now we filthy rich with the reach.